Hello, everyone, and the internet.
Hello.
This is the podcast of the unknown variety.
Ooh.
We are here today to talk about some things.
What episode is this? Do you know what episode number we're on?
If I had to guess, I'd say this many.
Nope. This many. We're on episode 5. Episode 4 was...
Cinco!
Yeah, episode 3 was the cybersecurity one with Austin. Episode 4 was Spooky Halloween.
Spooky wookie.
And we're on episode 5. High 5. We didn't plan that. It just happened. And I'm glad that it did.
Me too.
What are we going to be doing today?
Well, we're just going to be talking about some stuff.
Yeah.
But more importantly, it's what we're going to be doing soon. I issued a Guitar Hero challenge. And it will be decided at the Dave & Buster's, like Blips and Chips. Blips and Chips!
Who are you issuing this challenge to? Oh no! I'm guessing by your look that means it's me. I accept your challenge. What song?
That will be decided once we get there.
Ah, okay, I see.
Because I don't know what they have available.
Cool, well, I mean, I'm excited because you're going down.
Maybe. At best.
What is the Dave & Buster's Guitar Hero like? Is it literally just the guitars, or does it have like the drums and microphone and everything too?
Just guitars.
Ah, OG style.
Oh yeah.
The best way to play Guitar Hero.
The only way to play Guitar Hero.
Ooh, speaking of Guitar Hero, I just thought of this. Do you remember the game DJ Hero?
Yes.
Did you play it?
No, but I always kind of wanted to.
Yeah, me too. I feel like it's one of those games where it's like everybody wanted to play it, but nobody did.
Yeah, because you had to like buy a whole like little DJ kit.
Mm-hmm. But apparently it sold enough for them to make a second one.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there was a DJ Hero too. And I mean, I think it used the same exact like turntable and everything with like the 3 buttons and the slide and everything. But it was just a second game.
Yeah.
So, who knows? I'm a little sad they don't make like rhythm games as frequently as they used to.
Yeah.
And that was a genre that I really, really enjoyed.
I've got rhythm. Do you get that reference?
No.
Okay, for Matt as well as the internet. There's a animated movie called Cats Don't Dance. It was released years ago.
It's also a true fact.
You would think, but the whole movie's premise is that they can, and they've got rhythm.
So I'm guessing the "You've Got Rhythm" was in response to the cats.
Yeah.
The cats were the ones with the rhythm.
Yeah.
These cats probably have more rhythm than I do. More rhythm. Talking is hard. English is tougher.
That's tough with the T-U-F-F.
Like thick with 2 C's. Thick.
Extra. But so on that note of the Dave & Buster's, so I mean we're gonna try this the first time we're gonna try this, but we're gonna try to see if we can get that footage, put it in this video, so when you see it, you'll be all like, "Whoa, that thing happened!" But like we recorded this earlier? How movie magic.
We were a little off sync, but I think the magic was still there.
It's always there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess we're gonna record the footage, and then we'll put it up and we'll edit it and make it look all pretty and cool. I might add like music and fun stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun.
All right, and if we did that, here it is. That challenge was issued.
We made it.
Yeah, we did.
Here.
We're about to see who's gonna win this.
I think I am, honestly.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't think we'll see. I think we'll just know, because I already know I'm gonna win. So here we are at Dave & Buster's. You go here a lot more often than I do. Show me around.
Well, we got a bunch of games. We got basketball. Just a bunch of stuff. So. We're gonna add in some little clips here, and you'll get to see some Dave & Buster's, like Blips and Chips. I want to say to the camera about this.
You're going down.
It's great because you see, the glove has come off.
I thought you were gonna have like a Guitar Hero tattoo on your hand.
Alright, without further ado.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you see any that you want?
I mean, I'm good with almost any of these.
This one? Fade to black? Okay.
Medium.
I know, my fingers were like, they're so tense. You gonna do about 2 out of 3? You can pick another song? Okay. Wow. So I won the first one, but we're gonna do 2 out of 3. So if I win this next one, that means that I win. But if you win the next 2,
Alright.
at least you get some machine, alright?
That was a lot closer.
Yeah. You did better than you did on the last song, though.
Yeah.
Nice. 97% notes. That's good. Since it looks like I won the 2 versus 3, for the third one, we are going to do a song on expert mode. Neither of us are all that great at it, so we're probably going to fail, but we're going to try our best. So,
Our best.
oh, what? We should do it just because of the joke. All right, expert mode it is. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Shit. Oh God. Oh my god, this is so difficult. Baby Nolan's face back there.
Dos amigos, 2 friends.
we're the 3 amigos, or 4 amigos. You know what we're talking about,
Yeah,
right?
Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had you mess up with it. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, hey.
Well, welcome back. How did you enjoy the clip?
If it was there at all.
If it wasn't, it's probably pretty awkward. Dude, if it wasn't there, we should leave that whole little conversation we just had. The whole, like, do we turn around now? Do we not turn around? I think we should leave it if the clip doesn't show.
Yeah. All right. So if you notice, we got the cuffs,
Cost.
but they're supposed to be the same size.
Oh, yeah. So here's a better reference of the sizes.
So not last night, earlier, like moments ago, we traveled down to the Starbucks.
Downstairs.
And we were in line for a little bit, talked about a few things, but I guess the 3D. We were talking, and the baristas.
The barista. Yeah,
Okay.
the lady down there.
I guess she messed up the order. She put it. She had a different order. I think it was like a mocha something other. And she's like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "No, it is not." So she took the cup, poured it out, remade mine. It was like, "Here's yours." I'm like, "I didn't order that size, but I didn't say that." Got it.
And then we just walked away.
Slowly and casually.
But did you notice, like, the lady that was actually supposed to get the drink she made originally, so I guess she made, like, a chocolate mocha or whatever, like a venti chocolate mocha, which is what that was.
Yeah.
And then, like, they announced it, venti chocolate mocha, whoever, and she just didn't respond. She's on her phone, whatever. Didn't respond at all. And Randon was just like, I was supposed to get a peppermint mocha or whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just remake it. And then the lady, like, after she said, oh, yeah, here's your peppermint mocha, she was like, I was supposed to get a mocha. And it's like, why didn't you say so the first time?
Because we live in a world in which the technology that we're exposed to takes us away at a moment's notice. There's nothing really we can do out there.
Oh, were you saying something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess the good thing about those stories is you got a larger drink for the price of a smaller drink.
Yeah, and the best part of that though was she was the other lady, the other barista, was like, "Did someone order a peppermint something at the cup here?" And we're just like, yeah, we're just
Bye.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can use this footage. We've just committed to a crime.
Actually, there was no crime committed. That was just
That was a falsehood.
yeah.
A story. An
It's like-
illusion.
It's like when the police like kick down the door and say, "Does anyone in here have drugs?" If
wasn't
you don't, if you don't say anything, technically you didn't lie.
And they find a Ziploc baggie full of heroin that says Matthew Mullins on it, and they say, "Sir, is this you?" And I say, "No, my name is Matt Mullins. I don't know who Matthew Mullins is." Not a true story, by the way. I'm not a drug addict. I promise.
But like on that note though, like a Ziploc baggie of heroin. Like I just imagine it'd be
I didn't think that through, honestly. I did not.
It's like yes. We got it.
So they like hold up a Ziploc baggie with what looks like molasses in the bottom. Because for some reason I was thinking like, oh yeah, heroin, you put that in a Ziploc bag. But no, you probably store that in syringes. Probably store that in syringes.
We don't know the most about heroin. I don't know if that's a great. Is that a good thing
That's
or
a
like
good
a bad thing?
I think the less we know about heroin, the better.
But like,
That
at the
being
same
said,
time, like okay, let's say if it was like crack, or coke, we would know if like someone's like, hey, sprinkle, that's coke. Or like had a rock, like okay, that's crack. So we know like they can't use that against us. So like if someone's like, hey, add this to your drink, like that mysterious powder doesn't look like sugar.
Okay.
Right. If it's a pill, we kind of like get a range for that. But like, of course, marijuana, easy. But it's the only one that's
Ballin'.
green. But as far as like heroin, like for all I know, I've seen movies. It looks kind of yellow sometimes in like powder form, and I guess you mix it up, do some shit with it, turn it into a liquid. I don't know how heroin works. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
All the heroin that I've ever seen in like TV shows or movies has always been like really dark.
Yeah, and like in a syringe. But
So I'm assuming that like if I ever were to buy heroin, I'm just assuming they'd give me liquid in some form.
Right, but like they won't like give you a mason jar of heroin. I don't even know how much that would be worth.
Why not? That's exactly what I want.
Like I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand heroin enough to like whatever that is to get it into a syringe. But whatever that is, I don't think it would be in a plastic bag.
But going back to your previous example, not only do you get like 30 or 40 hits of heroin or whatever, you also get a dope ass mason jar out of it. If you clean it really, really well, you can probably drink out of it. But you might not want to. So there's always a silver lining. You gotta look on the positive side of things. I'm a glass half full kind of guy, as long as the glass is full of heroin. Woo! And I got my good joke out. Yeah, but I don't know much about hardcore drugs. I could identify weed like, if I had to or whatever. If it was in front of me, it's really distinct look and smell or whatever. I could probably identify crack cocaine because it's it's a white liquid, powdery or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could like anything other than that. Like LSD, I probably wouldn't be able to. The shrooms, I definitely would not be able to.
They're mushrooms.
Yeah, they're just mushrooms.
Oh well, fair. I see what you mean. But at least you would know, like, if someone's like, "What drug is this?"
Right, but like if someone put up like, I don't eat mushrooms like at all, really. So this example might make me sound really stupid. But like if someone were to put up like a shiitake mushroom and then like whatever the actual name of like the like acid mushroom is, I probably wouldn't be able to tell them apart. And there's a 50% chance that the food I'd make with that mushroom would get me really, really high. And that's not a good thing.
I mean, it could be a good thing.
It's not a good thing, man. That's not the message we want to portray.
You'd be all like, "How long has it been?" Just like,
it's been 20 years. Yeah, drugs are an interesting concept.
yeah. What I think is worse is the food industry.
Yeah. What do you say that? I don't disagree with you. But.
Well, the reason I say that is because, of course, everyone now with their Twitters and their internets and their opinions knows the whole back history and backlog to the war on drugs and how hypocritical it was. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
How hypocritical it is. 'Cause it's not over.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I agree that drugs are the worst thing, but I'm not saying I disagree with that, Because I get it. Some things can be useful. Other things, you can abuse just about anything. And that's kind of my point. I don't think coke or crack are good things. I don't think heroin's a good thing. Marijuana, at least I've seen some applicable uses or reasons for it, sure. But as far as even that, you can still just abuse that as well. Anything you can use as a device to run away from the problems in your life rather than dealing with them head on.
It's escapism.
Yeah, and alcoholism is way worse than...
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like marijuana, tobacco, alcoholism, pretty close. Tobacco, at least you don't, like, beat someone.
That's true, yeah.
And then after alcohol, that's when I get towards the tiers of the more hardcore stuff. But, so that's what I'm saying. That stuff is bad, per se. But at least that kind of has its angle, The food industry is like tobacco, but worse. And they have some regulation, but like not nearly enough. Like the same way it's like, hey, you can do whatever you want in this room, but don't stab anyone. Here's a gun.
Yeah. Like one of the things about the food industry, like I remember double standards, yeah. And I remember like this kind of relates to double standards. a while back, like you'd see videos on the internet of like, this is what KFC does to their chicken, and it's like a video of some disgruntled employee of KFC that has gone like out to the back of the restaurant, and they show you that they keep the chicken or they keep like the raw chicken out in the sun or something. That's obviously very, very bad as a health code violation. It's a terrible thing to do, but it makes you wonder like how many of those type of events where things are handled in an unsafe or unhealthy manner. How many of those just go unnoticed? Like, they clean up the day of the health inspection, and then the next day they're back to doing whatever stupid stuff they're doing. Oh, yeah. And us as consumers just sort of, we never question it or whatever. Oh, so yeah. I wonder how much of that stuff is just like, we just don't know about.
Matt, let's go a little deeper. Okay. That's just blatant, like, oh, this is bad. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the stuff that's good, like cheese and milk. Mm-hmm. Just as a concept. Isn't that just weird? Think about that. We get milk from a pregnant cow or a cow that thinks it's pregnant through the hormone injection and shit.
What do you think the first person to ever milk a cow was thinking? Like, how do you think they discovered that?
Nothing appropriate.
Nothing good.
That was the best fringe benefit ever. We're getting milk from another animal that's not in our species, drinking it like it's normal almost every day. Or not every, for like cereal.
Put it in, foods and stuff, yeah. You cook with it.
And cheese has casomorphins, which makes you like slightly addicted to cheese, which is why the idea of more cheese on things is always better. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, as a social concept, yeah, cheesy. Yeah, cheese. But it's because you're addicted to the casum. Like, it's just activating things in your brain. Like a drug addict. Like an actual drug addict. Speaking of which, this is a nervous system... What's it called? I can't remember the correct terminology for it. But it pipeline to your nervous system and is a drug. This is not like just a thing that's cool. No, it gets you addicted. People are addicted to actual coffee. People use this to it's
there's caffeine addiction. That's definitely a thing. I mean, yeah. I feel a little bit differently about like food addictions than I do as drug addictions. I don't feel that food addiction is like, it's not quite on the same scale in terms of how bad it is, because if you're addicted to caffeine, you're not going to go out and like stab someone because you didn't have a cup of coffee. Hopefully, if you're sane, you're not going to go out and stab someone because of a cup of coffee. Like, it doesn't change your mentality like drug does. Okay. It does change your physiology in the sense that if you don't have caffeine or whatever, you'll get headaches. I mean, I would consider myself a caffeine addict. If I don't have coffee or tea in the morning, I'm going to get a headache around 11 or 12 o'clock. That's just how it works.
I'm totally ready to flip it.
Okay, but I'm also not going to, like, stab you because I get a headache.
Okay.
So how are you going to flip it with me? What's your counterpoint?
So, although the drugs thing, they're a lot more, like, potent pullers of personality or disorders, Mm-hmm. Like, you go through withdrawal and stuff. Mm-hmm. The flip side of that, when it comes to the food industry, is not only is it pumping your body with terrible things you don't need, and getting you addicted to those things, they get you and your children and your children's children addicted to those same shitty things. Like, if I could sell you a balled up piece of paper and have you eat it, and I would get paid $50 for every balled up piece of paper you got that you would eat, and I made not only you, but your entire family eat this for generations, I'm making so much more money.
Oh, yeah.
That's
just evolution.
And then if the balled papers started causing problems like ink poisoning, paper cuts, bloating, or death.
Paper cuts on your throat. Oof.
General death, cancer. And I was just like, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. And if I start treating the paper, like, I start cutting budget costs. I started getting out the cardboard paper, the different color. You know, remember that from like elementary? They had the greens, the reds, the yellows, the pinks. I started blocking those up to give you instead of the actual like normal paper. I saved the normal paper for like other special people, and then sell it as organic paper.
1%.
And then I sell both my organic paper with lines on it and the other paper without lines on it. It'd be like, and it's just a whole scheme to like puppeteer and control the diets of people to get them to addicted to these really weird and gross habits that just furthers the idea of their consumerism, and then makes it like it's normal, like how tobacco was back in like the 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah, when it was just like everybody did it and no one thought twice about it.
Yeah. So I'm saying the food industry is at the very least as bad as big tobacco, but at its greatest is as bad because its overarching influence, like in just culture, is as bad as at least some of that black tar heroin. At least some of that.
Okay.
Because
In terms of addictiveness, yeah. But I mean, I would say not in terms of like actually having a negative. Okay.
immediate reaction.
Yeah, like an immediate reaction, definitely. You can get addicted to junk food or whatever. It happens all the time. That's how people get diabetes and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But it's also possible. It's easier to break out of that than it is to break out of like a drug addiction.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
So you could. It's not as easy to just stop eating badly.
Right. I mean, it takes brain power and willpower. But like,
if
it's
you've
still
been doing it all your life and it's socially acceptable,
sure. But like, if you so when you say it's socially acceptable,
Yes.
you also have to recognize the fact that there is a whole nother part of culture that says like, hey, eat healthy, like be a vegetarian, eat fruits and vegetables and everything. So joining that part of society or like immersing yourself in that culture is a way to help. There's also a part of culture that does that for like heroin addicts, where they like, don't get on heroin, don't don't do drugs, like be accountable and all that stuff. However, I still think they're kind of different.
all right. But like here's another flip on that.
Okay.
So you can eat healthier, right?
Right.
But even the healthy foods that they provide you are just another method of the same thing.
No.
Salmon's not even pink.
Well,
They make your salmon pink. when you buy
right,
it
but
at
like
the
what I'm
restaurant.
saying is that like if you go to like a farmer's market and you get all your fruits and vegetables there, it's definitely is going to be healthier than the stuff that you buy from your local Kroger, just because there's not
Maybe.
preservatives, there's not stuff in it.
Maybe they just say that. We don't know. We don't visit the farm.
So what you're saying is that you're going to grow all your food now.
No, I'm saying it's until someone makes people actually accountable for the things like that. It's just going to be a thing.
Right.
And the reason I was saying it's more, in my opinion, more dangerous than just like drugs, because drugs have an immediate like reaction.
Right.
You can see someone who's addicted to heroin and be like, I'm probably not going to get into heroin, or
That looks scary.
But when it's like McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut, all that sounds good, and you just keep doing that for a while. And then
Right,
if you
it's
are
consumerism.
and if you are what you eat, and you just eat nothing but bad stuff, even like semi-often, then what you eat affects how you feel affects your thoughts, the things
Right.
that you do, and
Right.
your habits. It's
Definitely.
a whole deathly cycle.
Definitely. Well, I agree with you there. I mean, it definitely does. It changes the way you think. Because just, I mean, like, eating unhealthy versus eating healthy, it changes the way you think. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel more energized. It makes you feel not tired in the mornings. It gets rid of your, like, aches and pains and stuff.
It's the
However, it's not
microtransactions.
immediate, like
Yeah.
with drugs.
And that's why I think it's more sinister. It's the microtransactions. Let's say you wake up in the morning, right?
Microtransactions. Oh, no.
You
This is a
wake
segue.
You wake up in the morning and you have the same person with two different like choices, right?
Sure.
One way he'll like go and get like a McChicken, get a little indigestion. He'll be driving back on like a highway like I-75. You'll see a car that's like that cuts him off. He'll honk his horn. That guy who's honked his horn at was already having kind of a rough day. Feels like a piece of shit now because some guy just randomly honked at him. Goes home, tells his wife. His wife doesn't really give a shit, but she's like, "Hey, my day was kind of like this," and he feels a little bit hurt that she didn't care. But from hearing his experience about him driving, she's like, "I need to be a better driver." So she goes out. She's trying to drive. Years down the line, something with their kids and their mom and their father, and they're hampering like the idea of driving safely. Gets into a car accident, freaks out, leaves the place. Now he did a hit and run, goes to jail.
Okay.
The other person, or the same guy, but reversed all that time,
Sure.
gets, instead of eating or doing that, just drinks a cup of water and has a little tea drink, like just a little chill ass tea.
Right, just normal breakfast.
And not like a cool tea that has caffeine in it, just a
Yeah, it's
sport
regular breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinks that, goes about his day. Guy cuts him off, but instead of honking his horn, he doesn't do it. Now that guy doesn't get honked at. That guy doesn't go home, complain to his wife, doesn't feel incensed because his wife didn't listen to him, and his wife doesn't get the idea she needs to drive more safely. Years down the line, they don't even have a kid. They have like a adopted second kid. Because I don't know, butterfly effect. But but that kid, the representation of that same kid standard, comes close to getting into an accident. Instead of getting into that accident, turns the curb, kills a dog. I didn't say it would be happy. I just said it would be a different.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what you're talking about is, you said it yourself, butterfly effect. That's not strictly because of the food. You could go back another level, and then from there go back another level. It's all about the choices. I don't think you could necessarily say, like, because this guy ate healthy, kid's not going to get in an accident.
No.
Or, like, because this guy ate a McChicken, your kid's going to die in 20 years. I don't think it's that
No, but
black and white.
but the point I was making was the idea that each decision you make, especially on that food level, has those ramifications. The idea is that he didn't honk his horn.
Yeah.
If he could just keep doing that, like just maybe thinking things more clearly, or thinking things through better, and then not just him, everyone else started doing that, then there would be a certain level of harmony.
It would eliminate those, like, those aggressions or whatever. It would eliminate those negative timelines, essentially. Is what you're trying to
an
say.
extent, and not saying like
Not
when
all
you eat
the way,
bad,
but, yeah.
you're a bad person. When you eat good, you're a good person.
Well, that's
No.
exactly what we're saying.
Well, the idea is if you are what you eat and what you eat is bad for you and it makes you feel bad, the actions you take because of how you feel will have the ramifications in real time, even if they're small. So just because you feel some type of way, because your brain chemistry and what's going on with what you've eaten and how you've been that day, you choose to act of aggression, or you choose not to say something or not to do anything because you feel a certain way. Every action and action you take has these ramifications that connect all of us, you know? So I think to be your best is the best thing to do. And when you eat badly, you're not eating your best.
You're not treating your body the way that you should treat it. You're not doing what you can to give yourself the healthiest lifestyle available.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not like, can't speak for you, but I'm not like the most crazy health food advocate.
I'm terrible.
Was thinking about eating a frozen pizza today, so I don't want anybody calling me a hypocrite because I should definitely practice what I preach. However, I do think it is important to eliminate a bunch of fast food from your diet. Like some people I know, so I'm college aged. After moving out of your parents' house, it's kind of jarring to have to like make your own food and like go and buy groceries and like plan ahead and make your own dishes or make your own meals and everything. And some people I know, instead of doing all that, they would just go out to eat literally every night for almost every meal. Like they'd go to McDonald's for McChicken in the morning or whatever, and then they'd go out to lunch and then they'd go out to dinner and rinse and repeat day after day after day after day after day until they either find someone who teaches them to cook or they get sick of it. And they have typically been more aggressive, more impatient, more I hesitate to say the word mean because mean is a very like broad term, but they have been more I don't know, like short-tempered. Whereas the people in my life that have been healthier and that have made good decisions and have stuck to fruits and vegetables and making their own dishes and stuff, they tend to have more money because it's cheaper to do that. They tend to be happier with their life because they don't feel clunky and bad from all the stuff in their system. It's a healthier lifestyle, mentally and physically. Some would even say spiritually. So, yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a good benefit to being healthy.
Yeah. So I would say to summarize, food is sneaky. Food is definitely a sneaky thing. Drugs are bad, and eat healthy or don't. It's America or wherever you are. So, America.
I like how you added or wherever you are. It's good that we're focusing on our non-American audience. Oh, which, by the way, I checked today. I don't want to date this video, but I'm going to.
Well, I mean, did you ask for consent first? You don't want to pull Kevin Spacey.
It's funny you mentioned that because in my thing of things to talk about, my third bullet is Kevin Spacey / Louis C.K. Maybe we'll get there. Maybe we won't.
Louis C.K.
Ow. Did you hear about that?
Just now.
Really? Okay. Well, let me say what I was going to say first, and then we'll transition. Okay. So, I already forgot what I was going to say.
Damn.
Oh, dating this video.
Hey.
I looked at the Podcast Unknown YouTube channel, and we have 11 subscribers now.
Hey.
And I didn't know some of them I knew, my roommates and stuff, and there was some person that had followed both of your accounts. I'm assuming is one of your friends or your sister or something like that. But that means that we might have people that are just random that we don't know, and I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's all about you. Also, for those people of those 11, or people who aren't yet part of our subscribers.
11. Stranger Things.
For people who have subscribed or have not subscribed, I mean, we're still a pretty new podcast. We want to do some sort of like visitor requests. So please, if you have anything you want us to talk about, if you have any topics or ideas or comments or anything funny or even anything negative or mean or whatever, like leave a comment. Just let us know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
And
this is for you.
And if you're local, we have
we'll have you on.
Here. Yeah, we'll totally. If you
Send
got
us an email.
something that you're passionate about that you're doing, especially in the city of Cincinnati, then that is one of the things that we're all about. You know, we're definitely about trying to get the word out on our Cincinnati peeps.
I'm happy you said that because like every time, so we rent this podcast room. We don't rent it with money, but I know people, and like every time,
We don't rent.
it's not drug related. I promise. We already had this conversation.
We don't rent it. We don't rent it with money.
Sexual favors.
Louis C.K. I'm still interested in hearing what.
We'll talk about it. I promise. But whenever I talk to either of the two of them about like what the podcast is about, like one of the guys asked me like, "Hey, what's your podcast about?" I always say like, "Oh, well, right now we don't really talk about anything specific. We just talk about stuff that interests us. But we eventually want to become a platform for local Cincinnati artists, talent. So like." Really anybody that's located within Cincinnati that wants to be a part of this, that wants to come and share what they're doing, or wants to just use this as a platform to maybe advertise. I don't know, maybe they're in a band and your band is coming out with a new album, or maybe you're into fashion and you're coming out with a fashion line, or photography or whatever. Ooh, which segue in my mind. So if you're like local Cincinnati, let us know. We'll have you on. It'll be so much fun. It'll be really, really cool. So, back to Louis C.K. So, you know about all the Kevin Spacey stuff, right? Everybody knows about it.
I heard at first, like, hey, this is my rendition of the story. I might be wrong, but it's like, hey, Kevin Spacey tried to make a move on this character from the show of Star Trek. It's like, oh, neat. How old? It's like, she's a minor, or he's a minor. I still don't know if it's a he or she. It's like, it's like, damn, Kevin. Damn, Kev. And then the next thing I heard is like, I'm gay.
Yep. Deflection. So that's what I understood of the story too. Well, I didn't know that they were a Star Trek actor, but sure.
I might be wrong about that as well.
But what I heard was essentially like Kevin Spacey was like going after this minor and
recently or in the past?
I think it was in the past.
Okay.
Actually, I'm almost certain it was in the past.
Okay.
But it was one of those things where it was like the transgression had happened in the past, but it hadn't stopped. So he was still like pursuing those pedophile behaviors or whatever. And like in order to deflect that, he was just like, guys, but I'm gay. And it's like that's one of the dumbest excuses you can give.
That's such a strong deflection.
Yeah. But not at all.
It's like, you're a pedophile, I'm gay. He's just ready with it. You know?
Ready, he like has it typed out on Twitter, ready to hit send.
It's like, I don't know if you guys are fans of the old Street Fighter games. Mm-hmm. It's like a Dudley, the British boxer, is like, so you're a pedophile, I'm gay. Cross counter, just cross counter with the I'm gay. Just write it on his fist.
So talking about the Louis C.K. stuff, here's kind of, you don't know anything about it, do you?
Not at all.
Really? Okay. So here's kind of how it happens.
Got serious with
it. So the New York Times, hold on. It was Netflix that first came out and said, no, who was it? No, Louis C.K.'s PR team came out and they said, like, we're going to pull this movie that's coming out that was either starring or produced by Louis C.K. They're pulling it because of, like, fallout from a news article that may or may not come to light. So kind of because of this whole, like, celebrities and their stuff being ousted into the open, they pulled this movie. Everybody was kind of thinking, or some people were thinking, like, oh, I wonder if Louis C.K. did something. Mm-hmm. Other people were just thinking, oh, they're just pulling it because they want to make sure that, like, Louis C.K. is safe from all of this, like, PR stuff, all this negative PR. And then a couple hours after that, the New York Times came out with an article that accused Louis C.K. of inviting women to his room, like, after they, I guess, had been on his show or something. He would ask them if it was okay to masturbate in front of them, they would say yes, and then he would do it. Doesn't sound bad, right?
Yeah.
However, keep in mind that these actresses they're not like famous actresses. These are just people who are trying to start their career. And they're in the same room with Louis C.K., who was like a world famous comedian. How do you say no to somebody like that?
Really quickly.
You'd think so, but then when you're in that situation, like your mind is probably not there at all.
Yeah,
Your
no,
mind,
that's where it is.
Maybe yours is, but like that you're in the room with a man who could make or break your career. Like you'd be afraid. I would be afraid that like saying no would.
No.
It's different. I swear it's different. But
no.
as the story goes, he asked. They said they were fine. In one instance, they said they were fine. He did it, and then they like essentially just said like, "No, we didn't want that. We were pushed over the edge because he's so famous, and we're not. We were afraid. Yada yada yada." And then I guess in another instance of this, he asked. Either they said yes or they said no. I don't remember. And then he like blocked the door so they couldn't leave while he did it.
What?
I don't know. It was really weird. I'm
How
not.
does one block the door? I feel like
I
you're
guess
not
you're just
doing
like
it well.
standing there. I don't want to get up and have to show you, but I will if you need me to. But there was this whole scandal about it, and now like Louis C.K. is kind of under fire, and he came out with this apology where he basically like admitted to it and said like, "Hey, I feel really bad about this. Like, I understand how I put these women in a position where they didn't feel as though they could say no. I'm sorry. Yada yada yada. Please forgive me." And that's where I'm caught up to as of right now.
Okay.
So there's the whole like Louis C.K. scandal and the Kevin Spacey scandal, and it's kind of scary now. Well, the whole Harvey Weinstein that had been going on for like a month and a half or 2 months or whatever. Scary isn't the right word, but it's eye opening to see all this come to light in Hollywood. I mean, I'm happy that it's coming to light. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. It's just I can't.
Yeah, you're still fixated on the whole asking for consent thing.
Just curious, like, would it be cool if I?
That's probably like what happened.
It's like, listen, I think you're doing a great job. You're working really well on the set, and you got good chemistry. I know it might be a little weird, but one of the things I do.
You don't have to help. You just have to watch.
Why?
I don't know.
What type of cuck level?
It's like he's cucking himself.
How do you even?
I don't get it. I don't get the mentality behind what he did.
I do understand, like, especially a person in a position of power like that. It can be very hard to say no or express your opinion in a way that you feel would be like
non-detrimental to your career, character, or whatever.
Yeah. So I get that, but at the same time, this is America. Like, if someone in that position was like, "Hey, do this thing," and you said no, the best they could do is, "If you don't do it, I'll ruin your thing." And you'd be like, "If you try that shit, I'll just tell everyone what you just did, and they'll know that this is a thing right now." And be like, "Good point." And then that's the end of the situation.
So, for any would-be actresses or actors that are watching Podcast Unknown right now, if anything like that happens, just say no. And then do exactly what he said to do. Just say no, it's fine.
Like drugs. Just say no.
Just say no.
Not, "Please, sir, may I have some more?" But, like, yeah, it's just, like, that kind of... What really blows me away about it is that he would ask for consent first. Like,
I mean, it's better than not asking for consent.
Right, but like...
Would you rather him have just like whipped it out and then
honestly,
done it?
Yeah.
Why?
That would have been... Because then that would have been like, oh, it makes sense. Like, like, "Hey, come here in my room." I was like, oh my gosh, Louis C.K. wants to talk to me. Oh, never mind, he's not...
It muddies the water.
Yeah.
It muddies the water that he asked, and they said yes, and then they went back and said, "Oh, well, we didn't feel like we could say no."
Yeah,
it makes it a little bit more gray.
And because it's like, what if he's like, "Hey, I would like to take you on a date." Sure. It's like, and he goes in for a kiss. He's like, "All right, cool." I didn't want to go on a date with him. I was just afraid. Like, how?
Yeah,
it's that gray area.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But at the same time, fucking Jesus Christ, Louis. Like, anyone else, like, talk to like a fan or... I mean, I guess that's the problem with the position of power that they hold, because they can't just talk to people, and because anything they do or say might be held against them, or forcibly against the door. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I mean, you mentioned it. You can't really talk to people like when you're that famous, and that's one of the things that I've noticed, especially like with bands or people on the internet like that are famous. A lot of the times when people ask like, "Hey, what do you want a fan to do?" when they come up to you, like a lot of the times they'll just say, "Just talk to me." Like I'm a normal person, because that's what I am. I mean, I might be famous, I might have money, but just talk to me. I'm a normal person, and I think that's interesting, and it's a little sad that like, if you and I ever get super famous because of this, we might not be able to just have a conversation with a random person because they might like feel super like starstruck or flustered or whatever. No, I don't know if we'll ever get famous.
See, me, I feel the opposite about that. I feel like because normal people are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I see like if we got super famous, not just famous, like oh hey it's those guys
Worldwide.
Yeah, straight up. Like we go to India and be like oh my god, like it'd be some shit. So
Casual racism.
so if we were to go like to India or something like that, and like, I mean, yeah, India, it's just Montana,
Right, have recognition.
hella recognition. People would be like freaking out, trying to grab our stuff, get our numbers and all that. And then if we did talk to someone, they would like try to extort money out of us or something. It's always some like shit that people do. It's like, well, I'm in a position where I can do something and affect someone who's more powerful than I am.
Scheming on them.
Right, like God forbid you leave your phone in a Starbucks.
Oh yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's over.
Do you want your phone? $2 million.
Pretty much.
It's like, or just return it. No.
Nah.
Nah, fam.
But yeah, I've thought about that a couple times actually, more than just tonight. Like, what would it be like to be super famous? How would that change life?
Depends on what level of fame. Like how famous?
Let's say, I'm afraid I'm gonna name a famous person. And you're not gonna know who they are.
That's a paradox? No, contradiction. No.
Nah, but like, do you know who Casey Neistat is?
No.
Casey Neistat is a very famous YouTuber. He's one of probably the top YouTubers. He makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of videos. But you didn't know who he was just because you're not part of that community. I wouldn't say that I am either. I don't really watch Casey Neistat, but I know who he is.
What does he do?
I think he just makes vlogs, and he has a lot of money, so he like does a lot of tech reviews, and he like buys toys and plays with them, like not children's toys.
Does people watch this?
Yeah, because he's a personality. I mean, it's the same reason why you watch Atlanta, the TV show, because it's personality. It's a fake story, and they're not real people, but they're funny. They put forth a personality. You can watch it and get immersed in it.
I don't know. Just sounds like PewDiePie to me. Famous people on YouTube sound
similar.
like PewDiePie to me.
Yeah, sadly, PewDiePie is... I don't want to say anything bad about PewDiePie because I'm afraid he's going to bust in the room and attack me. Because the man has enough money that he can do that. Maybe someday I'll make as much money as PewDiePie. Probably not, but I can dream. I mean, I can dream.
Can you?
I think so. Didn't Martin Luther King say that he had a dream? I'm allowed to have a dream too, right?
I don't know. It's America. Didn't work out too well for the Native Americans.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you only know how to hike, though.
They're good at finding things. They're good at nature. We're going down a rabbit hole that I did not intend to go down.
Trail of Tears.
Going down a trail that I didn't mean to go down. Fucking white people.
Speaking of terrible presidents, Andrew Jackson, at one point with like the Native American like settlement or whatever, it was like the Supreme Court's like, all right, whatever this territory is, that's their territory. He's like, all right, but I want that territory. And like, that's illegal. So well, fucking stop me. He said that to the Supreme Court. He's like, stop me. And he went and then took that territory and like, well,
it's ballsy, but it's a really shitty thing to do.
Like, can you imagine that? Like in this day and age, they're like because the three branches, executive, judicial, and like legislative.
Yeah.
So if one of the branches was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this thing," and the other two branches were like, "Don't fucking do that," it's like, "Stop me!"
I mean, that'd be like Trump saying like, you know what? I'm just sick of North Korea. Fire the nukes, and then everybody else is just like, "No, it's a bad idea," and he's just like, "It's done. We did it.
We made it." Don't try to stop me. They're all the way up.
And you know that somebody out there's a group of people that would be like, that was a great idea.
It's like about
our president's the best.
About damn time.
I like how you added a country accent because you know they'd be from the South. I don't want to get into profiling like that. But yeah.
Why not?
Presidents, man. Presidents. So I have I have another controversy that I want to talk about.
Controversial.
Have you heard about the whole controversy with EA recently? That's
EA
that's
Sports.
developed.
It's in the game. No.
Okay, so you know Battlefront 2, right? Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming out
Unfortunately.
soon, maybe today or whatever.
Maybe today.
I don't know if it comes out today. I think it comes out soon, like this week. But you didn't hear any of the controversy about it?
No.
Really, I'm surprised.
About the game itself or
Yes,
EA?
about the game and
Ooh.
EA as a company.
All right, lay it on me.
So basically, EA made Battlefront 1 and everything, and it had like 4 maps and like only a handful of like playable characters. You had to buy a bunch of stuff, and like everybody's really mad.
Yeah.
And then they came out and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this. Battlefront 2 is going to be a good game, one-time purchase, you'll have everything, it'll be everything you want. Like, it's good, it's a good game, believe us, guys. And
Believe it.
And everybody did. Everybody believed it. And then the beta came out and people had fun and it was good. And then the game, like reviews came out, and apparently, like, there are unlockable characters, or all the content is there, but you have to work an insane amount of time to actually unlock any of it. Like, just to be able to play as Darth Vader, perhaps the most recognizable character in the entire franchise of Star Wars, 40 hours of gameplay. Like, literal 40 hours of gameplay it would require without any sort of payment. It would take you 40 hours just to be able to play as one character.
And can you buy it?
Yes. Yep. That's the whole thing. That's why everyone's mad. Because you can either play for 40 hours or you can spend money to get it. And everybody's upset about microtransactions. And like on a recent post about it, either EA commented or like somehow EA got word of it, where some guy did the math and like realized that it was 40 hours to get a character, and EA commented on it. And basically they were just like, yeah, this was like our decision why we did it. Like we think that rewarding players and giving them an opportunity to have a goal to work towards is a good thing. And like they essentially just like the most marketed public relation, like please don't hate us message that didn't actually solve anything. They posted on Reddit. Guess how many downvotes it got? Just guess a number.
11,000.
Oh, way higher.
Oh, damn. That's over 9,000.
Way higher.
How many?
So, as of yesterday, when I checked it, 462 million downvotes. It was the most downvoted comment on Reddit
Jesus
ever,
Christ.
like in history.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
God
And like
damn.
everybody hated it.
You know how hard it is to fuck up a Star Wars video game? All of them
Yeah.
are alright.
Yeah.
Almost all of them are
Almost.
alright.
Except for this one.
Literally just these 2 fucking games, which should be at the top of the Star Wars games,
Yep.
are the pieces of shit. Oh, why?
It's sad. It's very sad. And then the story's not over.
Oh no.
So after they did that comment, it became the most downvoted like comment on Reddit history. Everybody was reporting about it. News outlets were reporting about it. Like internet websites were reporting about it. Everyone has this like they're crucifying EA now because EA is a really terrible company.
It's in the games.
It's not. It's in your wallet. And then like everybody's now really mad at EA, and so they changed it. But here's what they did. They said we've like made the playtime required to unlock characters 75% shorter. So now instead of spending 40 hours, it's 75% of that, whatever that is. But they also somehow made the value of the reward 75% less. So the ratio is still the same. You still have to do the same amount of playtime for the same amount of reward, but they just made it seem smaller.
Yeah.
So they're trying to like pull the wool over your eyes, and everybody got super mad about it too.
Oh god.
So they're just like,
it got worse.
yeah, it got worse. So they're like, all right, we're gonna fix this, and then they made it worse.
It's like instead of buying this, I'll give you for 40 rupees, where you make 1 rupee every day. I'll give it to you for 20 rupees. For half of a rupee every day.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what they did. Literally exactly. The ratio was the same. If you did the math, it would be the same. They just it's infuriating. But everybody like is mad at EA now, and they're saying like, oh, boycott all EA games and like call EA and call Disney and everything. But
You don't want Disney to fucking fuck with EA. Oh,
Probably not.
Shit. Like EA's like, please don't hurt us, Disney, and Disney's like, don't make me come down.
Well, I don't know, because like Disney sold the video game rights to Star Wars to EA. Like that was their deal. So I wonder if Disney is even like if they're distancing themselves from this and staying silent because they want EA to take the fire and they don't want to be blamed for it, or if they're going to step in and try and take the rights back.
They
if
probably
they
will
even can.
because like that's their brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like as long as Disney's gonna be like dick harding on Star Wars, I mean, they might look at it from the cynical business perspective of any publicity is good publicity. You know, as long as the game sells, it's getting our Star Wars brand out there. But if it's this negative, then any Star Wars game that Disney might support or make will be like, who made it? Like,
Yeah.
they'll be like a
If
little
it's
bit,
anybody other than EA, release it.
yeah, but like they'll be like a little bit more skeptical to purchase a Star Wars game because the bar has been set so not well.
Well, I mean, I for one know, like, I played the beta for Battlefront 2. It was a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah,
I
it was
enjoyed my
pretty neat.
time with it. But now, because of all this, I'm not gonna get it. Like, it was a game that I was kind of on the fence about. I was
Yeah.
more leaning towards not getting it, but
Definitely not.
it was something where it's like, oh yeah, if it went on sale, I might get it. Now I'm absolutely not going to get it.
Yeah,
Just because of all of this stupidity from EA. I don't want to support that sort of business model where you get a game for $60, but you actually have to pay $200 to unlock what should have been in the $60 version. That's dumb.
And you know, what hurts me the most about that specific brand of the game, like Battlefront, is that, of course, and I mean anyone who's played the other ones will tell you, Battlefront 2 set the bar.
The original Battlefield 2, yeah.
Dude, space combat where you can get inside the different freighters, you had different ships that you could choose, fly there, shoot your way in, destroy different parts of the ship, win the battle. Or win the battle by killing all of your other enemies. Or have ground missions, right? There are games for the PSP called Elite Squadron, in which you could do essentially the same thing, except there was no barrier between space and ground combat.
I remember you showing me that. The
Both
video.
things were happening at the same time. So you could be on like, Khajiit? Is that the place?
I think Khajiit is a race in Skyrim.
You're right. That is.
Khajiit has wares if you have
Kashyyyk.
coin.
Kashyyyk.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you could be on Kashyyyk fighting with like Wookiees and stuff. Get into like a TIE fighter or something. Fly around shooting things and then just hold up and you'll transition into the space combat. Yeah, and you can do the same shit
Up
in
to the
space.
sky.
That was on the PSP handheld. It didn't look the prettiest, but like
But it performed well, I bet.
yeah, and you could
was
just
fun.
do that. And we were all thinking, all hoping as a fan base that if they were to make another Battlefront-like game, it would improve upon that.
And then these two stinking piles of poop came out.
No, then the first stinking pile of shit came out. We're like, all right, so where's the space combat like? What?
Oh, you wanted space combat? You should have said so.
It's like, okay. Well, what's the story? No 501st, no story. Then the second one's coming out, right? I'm like, all right, it looks good. And I played the beta a little bit. Space combat is it's definitely a little bit more.
It's
intrusive.
better than what the first one was.
Yes.
Well, the first, first one, the first remake.
But I was disheartened. Not even a little. I was disheartened that you couldn't go inside of the big spaceships and fuck up shit. But,
You can. You can inside the big ones. I remember getting inside them.
Like,
Maybe parts of them.
yeah, but you're flying.
Yeah, okay.
Not
So not getting out?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
I
like
see.
fucking
Yeah.
fucking up the people and
Yeah.
destroying the generators. So I was disheartened that you couldn't do that. And I was like, all right, well, it's a watered down version of Battlefront 2 that's calling itself Battlefront 2. And it just looks prettier. Maybe I'd be interested in getting it. And then you just said all that shit. I'm like, nope, table flip.
Nope, I don't want it. I don't want to support that. Because then, like,
Jeez.
I don't know, it sets a standard. I mean, if everybody buys this, which I'm imagining a lot of people will,
Still.
just because, one, it's Star Wars, and two, the Reddit community is not they don't make up a majority of the video game community. I mean, the Reddit community is like this much of the pie chart. Here's the rest of the video game community, because you have like people who just don't get on the internet, or you have like children who ask for it for Christmas, or just like people who don't get on Reddit or whatnot and just don't know the controversy. A lot of people that just don't read like the news and stuff. So they're probably still going to get a lot of sales, and then it becomes an industry standard. And I do not like it.
Yeah.
Loot boxes, microtransactions are bad. And there's a very, very like it's very hard, and I wouldn't say impossible, but it's very hard to do a loot box type system correctly.
Yeah. Because it has to keep a record of what you have or don't have.
Yep.
And then cycle your chances through those rather than...
And like I'll say, like, so I play Overwatch. You've played Overwatch before, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
You know how they have loot boxes in Overwatch. One of the most, I wouldn't say infuriating things, because it doesn't actually make me mad. It's more so I'm just like annoyed or disappointed. One of the most annoying or disappointing things is getting a loot box, clicking to open it. You see like the purple or the gold, and you get so excited because it's like, yeah, I got like a new cool skin or whatever, or like a really cool spray. It lands and it's something you already have. And it's like, why would they even offer that? I get it for common things, but for like legendaries or rares, like rare drops or whatever,
Dude, I don't even think for common things. I think there should be a set, not necessarily a set amount, but like let's say if there are 100 things, and with a loot crate or whatever you're doing, you get 2 items. Okay, that's a lot. You get 1 item. All right.
Well, in Overwatch you get 4 items.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying if there's only 100 things available.
Okay, yeah.
So
way more than 100 in Overwatch.
So you do the thing, and you get 1 item. It should be that the game recognizes that 1 item of whatever that random thing was, and like sets it to the side. So now your pool is 99.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and that's exactly how Rocket League does it. Is there's a set amount of items after you're assuming you haven't already gotten all the items after every game, whether you win or lose, you get one of the items.
Yep.
You get maybe it's something super rare, maybe it's something super common. You get one thing just for participating, whether you win or lose. I think that's perfect. I think it's great.
And honestly, if there's like if there's more than like a small amount of things that you can get in the game, then it should be you get one thing that definitely confirmed is rare, one thing that could be rare or could be common.
Yeah.
And then just work with the same system.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it. But sadly, companies have made it so it's like, oh, the loot boxes you earn from gameplay only give you commons. If you want to get rares, you have to pay money.
Yeah.
Or the things you get from gameplay have like a 1 in a million chance of spawning something rare. So you can get it if you don't pay, but it's going to take you a lifetime. Stuff like that is just, it's such a bad business practice. And it's anti-consumer.
It's a good business practice.
For them.
Yeah.
For them.
That's all who matters.
Yeah, apparently. Speaking of that, I do not like the fact that corporations count as people.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, they're people.
Why?
Because, like, what if they get hurt? Life insurance. Yeah.
That's dumb, though. They're a corporation. They're not people.
Just because
they don't
they're
have
building
living, breathing souls.
These walls breathe.
That's not true. It's not true. I mean, like, I define a person as like a sentient being that has a soul and can make rational decisions, and a business is not that because
Microsoft, Siri.
They make up. Well, that's not sentient. That's AI.
Kind of.
It's different because it's like it's
are
making.
Are we dividing hairs here, Matt?
I think we are. Does Siri have hair to divide? But I just corporations as people, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
it's dumb.
I mean, I get it. I get why they're doing it because it helps corporations. But outside of that, no, it's very dumb.
You shouldn't have a vote. They shouldn't be able to like purchase like insurance or whatever, like life. Is that actually a thing, or was
I
that
don't
an
know.
example?
That was mostly a joke, but it very easily could be a thing. Yes.
It's just dumb. It's dumb. But that's my
because who owns the
that's my anti-capitalism rally of the podcast. Tune in next week for Matt's rally against I don't know about something else that annoys Matt.
Yeah, and then we read from the Communist Manifesto.
So did you want to talk about anything? You had looked up some news articles. Were there anything that you want to talk about? If not, I've got
really.
Stuff. No.
I did want to add while we were down there doing the whole that story. I did make a joke kind of about like the Pee Wee Herman. I don't know if you guys know who that is. If you don't, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but like he's kind of funny. It's just he's from a different time.
It's a particular type of humor.
Yeah, definitely like early 90s, maybe late 80s, mid 90s at best. But like he's this character who lives in a quirky house with a bunch of like sentient furniture and weird life, kind of like the Wiggles on crack.
Bringing it back to our drugs conversation.
But like, I don't know if they knew what autism was back then when they were making this, but like, it's equal parts as offensive as it is hilarious. And like, I want to feel bad because like, I'm laughing at things that shouldn't be funny, but like, I don't know if Pee-wee himself is actually autistic or if he's just like that. Like, I don't know where that line is, but like,
should I laugh at this or not?
Yeah.
Am I going to hell for laughing at this?
At the very, like, because in this movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, it starts off with him, like, waking up, and he's, like, playing with, like, his shoes or something like that, because they have, like, a dinosaur on them, and he's just in his pajamas, and then at some point he goes downstairs, just this whole thing to make breakfast, and He like takes 2 or 3 bites of it. He's like done, and just tosses all that shit. like
Don't eat this anymore.
fucking Pee-wee.
I still haven't seen that. I want to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it like later today or tomorrow or something.
So fucking stupid. Oh god.
Pee Wee Herman. I've seen like a lot of gifs from what I'm assuming is Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure or whatever, like him riding on top of the car, and like that's the main one that I can remember. I've never seen the full thing, but I've seen parts.
The one that scarred a lot of people, almost everyone, myself included, was Large Marge. If you're out there and you just heard me say that, you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. But like, just remember, Large Marge sent ya. And then just she does the face thing. It's fucking fucked up.
I guess I'll find out when I watch the movie. So another thing I wanted to bring up, there's a game coming out soon that I would be excited for, but I'm not.
Oh, what?
Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon.
Ultra?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know? You never what?
What the fuck is?
Why are you
Ultra
so
Sun and
disconnected?
Moon? What is Ultra Sun and Moon? I don't.
Yeah, it's like the next. So you know how there's like in Black and White there was Pokemon Black and White, and then Pokemon Black 2, White 2.
That's dumb.
I agree, it's dumb, but they're doing it again.
Again, because they did that with Omega Sapphire and Ruby.
No, that's a little bit different because those are remakes. This isn't a remake. This is like a sequel.
A sequel?
Yeah, they've always done that. I mean, like because there was Red and Blue, Yellow, and then there was Gold, Silver, Crystal, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
Whoa.
What? You're blowing my mind here.
Red, blue,
Red,
yellow.
Blue, and then there was a third one, Yellow, that came out after Red and Blue were both out.
Yeah, with you there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gold, Silver, Crystal.
And those are the red, blue, and yellow?
Yeah, so that's the second generation. There's always 2 games that
Yeah.
come out and then another one.
Yeah. And then, yeah. But the silver, crystal, and gold.
So Gold and Silver were like the first games that came out in the second generation. And then the remake, Crystal, came out. Still in the second generation. But it was just like the third game that got released.
Okay, but the red, blue, and yellow, first generation.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But then what's this extra bullshit of...
Well, they changed it up. Because they did Ruby, Sapphire, first you get Emerald. And then they did Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And then they did... I guess after that was Black and White. Yeah, they did Black and White. And everybody was thinking, oh, they're going to do Gray. But no, they changed it. They did Black and White, Black 2, and White 2.
For my money.
Yes. They changed it.
But you said it was a sequel. So, like, do the stories connect, or the same story?
Similar stories with things different. So you know how, like, did you ever play either of the first 4 generations? Like, no? And, okay, so, like, for example, in Red and Blue, it's like the pinnacle of Pokemon or whatever. You go, you fight the 8 gym leaders, you go and beat your rival at the Elite Four, you stop Team Rocket. That's the story. Mm-hmm. Yellow, the only real difference was like you got Pikachu that would walk behind you. Certain stuff was changed. You could get all of the starters rather than just pick one. Mm-hmm. But the story overall was the same. And it was like that all throughout generations 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Like the story was more or less the same. It changed a little bit with the 4th generation because Giratina came and that was a little bit different. But starting with Black 2 and White 2, it was, from what I understand, completely different. Like there were areas that just weren't in the first game that are in the second. Like the main villain is the same but more powerful or something like that, and they just really changed it up. And then
You mean his Pokemon were more powerful?
yeah, his Pokemon were more powerful. And you
Go
get like different
slaves.
photos.
Fighting for my amusement.
Reminds me of the Thor Ragnarok joke. I don't like that word. Oh, you mean the prisoners with jobs? But they're doing that again with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. They released Sun and Moon. They were good games. And then rather than release like Stars or whatever people thought they were going to release, they're doing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which have a similar but different storyline in their sequels rather than like just a third game in the series. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'd rather have one game that's not a sequel. So like going back to the whole like Red, Blue, Yellow or like Gold, Silver, Crystal. I'd rather have one game rather than like 2 games. And all because of that, I'm just not really excited for it. I'm not looking forward to it. It'll be good, yeah. It'll sell a lot because it's Pokemon, yeah. Great for Game Freak. I'm happy that they're making a lot of sales, but I think I'm gonna skip this one.
Watch, they're gonna make Meowth with like red now.
But actually, you played Sun and Moon, right? You know they have like Alolan forms.
Yeah, that's my point. Like in this next game, they're gonna make them like red.
They could. This is Rainbow Meowth. Oh god.
Rainbow Meowth.
Oh god. You just reminded me. Rainbow Rocket. Team Rainbow Rocket is a thing.
What?
So in Ultra Sun and Moon, I only know this from the YouTube videos I watched. One of the multiple evil groups is called Team Rainbow Rocket. Team Rocket's back. Giovanni's leading them, and you can fight like all of the other bad guys from the previous games.
That sounds awesome.
It does sound kind of cool.
Rainbow
I guess.
Rocket?
Yeah, Team Rainbow Rocket.
That's kind of cool. If you can do that.
Rainbow.
But like, don't they all have like very conflicting ideals?
Yep. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how they're gonna tie it in together. I guess I'll have to find out. But I don't know. I get the feeling that they're kind of like pulling out all the stops right now because when they move over to Switch, they have said that the next game they're going to make is for the Nintendo Switch. I feel like they're going to reboot the series.
I mean, don't they always do that?
Well, not reboot as in like release another game. Like I kind of hope that they completely reboot it, make another, I don't know, maybe not a copy of like Red, Blue, and Yellow, but they just make a brand new Pokemon game. They don't reference any of the old games. You can't catch any of the Pokemon in the old games. It's just 150 new Pokemon. Same style of fighting the gym leaders and everything.
Okay, this is where I'm going to have to
I would
pause
like
you.
that. Okay.
One, they're not going to do that.
Probably not, but I would like it if they did.
But like, even if they did, it's like a new 150 Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's what they always do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's just, hey, here's some new Pokemon.
The more recent games have only had like 60 or 70 new Pokemon.
Right, but that's because they've been getting lazy. Like,
Yeah.
here's
yeah.
a coffee Pokemon, and then they'll
You're
have
not
like
wrong.
they'll have a dark story behind it. It's like it sometimes sits around and cries because it remembers the time it was a coffee bean and was separated from its mother, and now it wears its mother's skull.
Sounds like Cubone.
It's odd that all the Cubons have a skull. in
Yeah,
that
that's a
little-
lot of people. A lot of Cubones died.
No, I think he's just lying. I think it's just lie. Like, did it kill its mother and then put the skull? Like, she just so happened to die when I evolved.
Beats me, man. Ask Game Freak. They'll
Well,
tell
he
you.
beats his mother with a bone.
Oh God, Jesus.
Pokemon's dark.
But I kind of wish they would like reboot the series for Switch.
Yeah, I agree. I think they should change up the format
Make
of
it
the
fresh.
battling because we have the technology now.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it would be great to see like an actual Pokemon battle that's more like the show.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd
Oh
be
God,
lit
that'd
as
be
fuck.
great.
Use Quick
I would
Attack.
love that. Well, like I wouldn't even like. Maybe
Fucking
this is what they're doing.
Have voice commands and shit. Oh
That'd
my
be neat.
god.
But I don't even want it to be turn-based. I don't want it to be like
Yeah, no, fuck
Pikachu use
that.
Quick Attack. I want to be able to control the Pokemon. I want to be able to do button combinations to do attacks, or even have like A or B, A, and X, whatever the coordination is of the buttons. I want to have like those buttons be 4 attacks. I can move around and do those 4 attacks. If I want to change them, I can do that.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. If
Yeah,
it worked kind
dude.
of like Kingdom Hearts did, or
And
any other like.
But like
Button
limit
masher.
it down to where like those 4 attacks, you only have so many of them that you can do before
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
sure.
have a mode. Don't imagine have a mode where instead of using like the button press, you can just say it.
That'd be cool. I would love that. And then I could feel like Ash, and
Yeah.
I'd put on an Ash costume every time I played the game.
I wanna be the very best.
Bum, bum, no one ever won. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm looking at the camera and I've noticed that we've gone over an hour, which means that we do
Oh.
need to wrap this up sometime soon.
All right,
It's gone really fast.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about all this today if you don't want to.
What else you got? You got any more? How many more?
We can lightning round this. Did you know they're coming out with a Mario movie? They're making a
That's
Super Mario
fucking
movie.
terrible.
Yep.
No.
So I guess the studio behind Minions signed a deal with Nintendo, and they're making a Super Mario movie. I'm
cool.
weary about it.
I'm not excited at all.
I'm not excited, but I will maybe watch
Fucking
it
Mario.
after it comes out.
Fucking Mario.
He doesn't really
because
talk
he has so
much.
much story.
Yeah.
He has such depth to his
I mean,
character.
it's definitely going to be like Bowser has kidnapped Peach, and Mario has to save her. Mario makes friends along the way. They help save Peach. It's going to be the plot.
God, I don't
But
wanna
like
see
in
that
the
at all.
games, Mario doesn't really talk. He's a
No, he's
silent
he's
protagonist.
a weird asocial sociopath who stalks his princess and
Yep.
saves her on occasion.
Pretty much.
He's the one who kidnapped Donkey Kong and then tortures his son.
But
Like,
they're
what-
gonna swing it in a way where it's like it's okay that Mario's doing all this crazy stuff.
Well, it's just gonna be a Mario movie, but like 80% of it's gonna be Luigi actually doing.
I
the
hope
work.
so. I really hope so. Or I hope it's a Mario movie, but in the background you see Luigi like pulling the strings to make everything actually work, where Mario's just going through this like fantasy world of I'm helping.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be funny.
I don't know why. What is if Smash Brothers popularized the fireball? I don't know where that really comes from. I don't know which game.
yeah.
But, like he shouldn't be able to just. Bloop.
It comes
He's a
from the
plumber.
fire flower.
Yeah, but he's a plumber. Like why doesn't he just? Bloop.
Why can he actually go in the pipes? Pipes are small, Randon. Can you fit in a pipe that's this big? EA controversy, we talked about that. Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K., we unfortunately talked about that. Pokemon Ultra Sun, we talked about that. Future technology. Within 2 minutes or less, tell me what technology you'd like to see in the future.
In the future.
In the future.
The neural chip that allows you to connect directly with like computer and database source, so that while you're doing things, you can like think and move beyond your human facade. Yes.
Okay. In a similar vein, that was kind of my idea too. Not necessarily one that would let you like move beyond your realm of thought, but I was thinking more practically of not being able to manipulate computers or electronics without having to move.
Yeah.
Because I'd love to just lay in bed and be like, I don't really like this episode of Adventure Time that I'm watching. Let's go to the next one, and I won't have to pick up my remote or do anything. But then again, I also would feel like I'm in WALL-E at the end of the movie when everybody's all fat in their chairs and they're like chubby. I would not like that.
Well, because the thing is, for example, when you're on shrooms, like the joke I made earlier,
Yeah.
time like passes all weird.
Mm-hmm.
So
You perceive it differently.
yeah, and since all of that's just in your head, when you have that much terabytes, gigabytes of space, RAM to process your natural thoughts, done. What else you got? Do these things, and you start taking in all this extra information for a lot longer in a shorter amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way you perceive things, like I need to write a paper. Done. Like maybe not as
That would be
exaggeration,
cool.
but like that's the idea. And if you're moving that fast in life, like what else? Now you have so much more time to do other things. You know.
So the very last thing that I have on my list, I'm not actually going to talk about, or actually I'll give you the concept, but we're not going to do it.
Oh.
We'll do it next episode.
Spicy.
Because this is something that would require a little bit more time, and it's a little bit more like a game almost.
Oh shit.
So I wrote short film ideas, noun, adjective. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to think of a random noun and a random adjective.
That makes
Stop
sense.
thinking about what happened before the podcast started.
Can you-
We'll tell them. I wanted to... We'll tell them now. So
we could demonstrate too.
we could, yeah. So my idea is to have think of a random noun and a random adjective, and using only that random noun and random adjective, come up with a 1 to 2 minute elevator pitch for a short film or whatever. I think that'd be kind of cool and spark our creativity. So the way I was hoping to do this was I was hoping to use Google Assistant to pull up like a random noun and adjective, and so this is exactly what I did on my phone. If I can get it back to Okay, Google. Give me a random noun and adjective.
Sure. 53.
Did you hear that? In case you didn't hear that, it went 53. 53 is not an adjective at all, and it's
mean-
barely a noun.
Come on, Matt. You're sounding really 56 right now.
Don't you dare. You're making me very 59. But my concept was just to give a noun and an adjective, a random noun and adjective, come up with a short film idea, and then maybe we shoot it, maybe we don't. I think it'd be
Hands up.
fun. It'd be fun. So before we sign off, did you have anything? I mentioned a lot of stuff. Did you mention anything, or do you have anything on your mind that you want to mention?
I still think I'm gonna like destroy you at Guitar Hero.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think so. Well, I guess if you're watching this video, you already know. It's like they have the spoilers, but we don't.
Ooh.
Don't spoil this for us.
Spoilers.
Well, is that it then? I guess that's it.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Eat healthy. Take advantage of Starbucks if you can.
Don't take advantage of people in your position.
Exactly. Don't. That's how Louis C.K. got in trouble, and we don't want to see you do the same. All right, well, that's it for episode 5 of Podcast Unknown. Watch us next episode on episode 6, where hopefully we actually put this film idea into practice.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have more clips. I hope so. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have more stuff. I think we're working on ideas that will be coming down the pipeline, so stay tuned for stuff like that. That's. Can we do that to sign out this episode?
Wait, what's that? Remember, guys, classic plug, like, subscribe. If you enjoy our content and want more, leave a comment to tell us what you want us to do or say and stuff. We're here for you.
Right. Grind us over, boy. We're doing it. All right. See you guys.
Are we standing all the way up? Or are we
No, we're all because if we stand all the way up, they're not going to be able to see our face. You see how I'm
to
kind
see
of
our
cut
best
off?
qualities, though. Cheeky.
All right, well, that's it for episode 5 of Podcast Unknown. Join us for episode 6 in another 2 weeks, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, you went all the way. How low can you go? How low can you go?